ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to VFG Movie Reviews with your host, Tim Williams. How's it going, guys? Welcome to VFG Movie Reviews, and this is my review for Poor Things. Now, this was a really interesting telling of the Frankenstein story. Now this is what I take from the movie. I could be completely wrong, but I take it that, and it's never said in the movie that it's Victor Frankenstein and Willem Dafoe plays his creation, which is basically his son. It's never fully said in the movie. This is just my interpretation of what it is. So Victor Frankenstein, instead of being shunned and being shown as a monster for creating this creature, is actually embraced, and his creation, basically his son, played by Willem Dafoe, takes over doing what his dad does. Like, there's a lot of really interesting creatures in this house beyond the main creature, which is played by Emma Stone, Bella Baxter, which we'll get to her in a second. But there's like a rooster dog, and there's other things to it, and it's very interesting. So Bella, we were kind of meted, and she kind of her brain is not fully functioning. You can kind of tell her she's like a toddler in an adult woman's body. And then it is explained that basically the woman who, this is actually really hard, it really got hard to explain. The girl who you see as Bella Baxter was somebody else. She committed suicide. The body was brought into Willem Dafoe's character, Dr. Goodwin Baxter, and he discovered the baby inside. So what else do? You take the brain out the baby and you put it in the adult body. Really odd, like, kind of stuff. And he is very protective over Bella. So, which brings in Remy Youssef playing Max McCandles. And he's basically there to document everything that Bella does and report it back to Willem Dafoe's character. He ends up falling in love with Bella. He's taken by Bella the moment he sees Bella, and he wants to marry her. So a contract is brought up, which brings in Mark Ruffalo's character, who basically just wants to have sex with Bella and all this stuff. And then Bella goes, yes, I want to marry Max, but I want to go have these adventures. And the whole movie is basically these adventures of her just learning the world and learning things and everything else. And it's such an interesting play on the Frankenstein story. The Frankenstein monster story. It is so fun to watch her character develop and everything. She does become sex obsessed, and it is pretty much the catalyst for Mark Ruffalo, who basically loses his mind over her because she's just so awesome and all this stuff. She becomes a sex worker in Paris and then like has a girlfriend, and it is truly just an awesome, interesting flick. The design of this movie is just awesome, and this is such an interesting character for Emma Stone to play that it really does just show how much of a range she does have for this character. I actually think Willem Dafoe, Mark Ruffalo, and Remy Youssef, I do really believe they all have such an interesting range in their characters in this movie, and this was one of my all-time favorite movies. It really, really was. I dug this. It took a while to come out in Vegas, and I'm glad it did, and I wholeheartedly recommend this. If you haven't seen Poor Things, go out and see it. Let me know what you think of it. Where does this lie on my 5-star review scale? The story is a 4. The cinematography is a 3.5. The characters are a 4. The design of this movie is a 4.5, which brings the total to 4.125. I love this movie. I really, really did. And yes, there is some problematic things in this movie, but I still think it's super interesting. Being in a fantasy movie, you know what I'm saying? Thank you guys so very, very much for watching this review. And if you guys could give us that thumbs up and give us a subscribe, help grow the channel in 2024. I love you guys. Thank you so very much. And I will see you in our next review. Bye.